Hey, what is up guys? Thomas Spark here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different. Today I'm going to be talking about VPNs and China. Now, China is becoming more and more strict when it comes to internet surveillance. But this is also having implications with other companies that are kind of bowing down to their whims. So recently, Apple just announced that they're pulling a lot of apps from the Chinese App Store to be in compliance with the Chinese government. Now, the Chinese government doesn't really want any app operating within their country that isn't in some way affiliated with them or working with them. So if apps aren't giving them information about users or, just being completely transparent with the Chinese government, it's not going to be okay for the Chinese government. So Apple is now compliant with the Chinese government. They have been for a while. It all started back when they started removing VPN apps from the App Store. The Chinese government doesn't want VPNs active in the App Store because it allows Chinese users to circumvent restrictions and blockades. In China, you can't access websites like Wikipedia, Facebook, Google, a large majority of the internet to be exact. So VPNs allow users in China to get around some of these restrictions, access the US version of Netflix and stuff like that. Also, a lot of apps like WhatsApp or other messaging services are blocked as well. So now Apple is removing Skype and things like that, just like within the last couple of days. So what does this exactly mean? Well, it kind of shows that Apple is more concerned with profits and the availability of the Chinese market than it is with users in China or their security. Now, this is China's goal. China wants to kind of lock down the country and control the internet. And so far, they're successfully doing this. A lot of VPNs are blocked in China, making it harder for Chinese users to become educated about VPN and gain access to the website. But you may be wondering, why is China so strict on these things? Why is it so adamant on removing all these, apps and services and things like that? Well, besides wanting to restrict what Chinese people could view, they're trying to control information. So China doesn't want people to be activists. They don't want them to know about the politics going on. They don't want protests. And they kind of put this all under the umbrella term of criminal or terrorist. So the political situation in China is very strict and the government is very controlling. In the United States, free speech is mostly allowed. Of course, there's going to be corrupt cops and things like that. But in China, free speech is really not allowed. So all these platforms that allow it are coming under attack, and like Skype or all these other messaging services, and Twitter especially. What kind of content and what kind of people, though, is this affecting? We can see this in the case of just go with Liu Xiaobo. So he was a Chinese citizen that was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, and he was pretty much jailed and convicted as a criminal in the Chinese country, whereas in the rest of the world he is respected as a rights activist. But under Chinese law, this guy is not a good person. He's pretty much, someone who's going to rile up the people and cause political unrest. Apple is complying with this, which sets kind of a bad precedent for other companies to do so as well. Let me know what you thought of this video, just kind of a rant or discussion about Apple and China and just the situation in China overall. If you have any questions, let me know down below and we could talk about them there.